Hello, good evening. Vinny,
Anthony's muted himself.
Hello!
Every time.
Oh, every
time.
time.
You have
Rabbit,
one.
where are you?
Wow.
Oh, there's Andy.
The intro. Don't forget it always mutes your mic.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening,
How's it
Andy.
going,
We are
everyone?
live.
Lovely.
Good.
Andy,
Yeah,
you've got Irene's gold envelope behind you.
I know, mate. I made a backdrop out of it.
Immortalised it.
Yeah, mate. Me and Irene's envelope have been through a lot together, so it's a bit of an emotional subject. So you know what I mean. I don't really want to talk about it too much, but yeah, it means a lot to me. How's everyone doing anyway?
I'm all right. Yourself?
Yeah.
Good.
Bad cold in Wales.
I bet it's cold in Wales. Huh?
It's cold
In
here.
the middle.
There was still frost outside at like 4 o'clock, so yeah, it's cold.
It's still work at 5. It's like, why is it still icy? Isn't it right?
Yeah. So,
Crazy.
Rabbit showing you some love, Andy.
Nate, I didn't know that you weren't going to be on, and to be fair, I didn't know I was going to be on until earlier on. So it's just one of them things. Of course, I still love you, mate. Don't get jelly. There's plenty of me to go around. So,
Right then, fellas. Who's going to show us what they've got to play with today first?
Let's start with you, Vin.
Start with me. You would do when I was trying to share the link.
Let's go this way.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right then. All right, wait there. Let me get the screen on me.
oh Jesus!
Oh, God, that's a horrible
It's
sound.
still back into.
I just made
Hello, and yes, I'm in the public toilet still. Hello, everybody. Right, tonight I'm on the Aegis X with Fatality RTA, and on that I'm vaping some King
glory hole
Vapes.
behind your head.
No, I hope not, because it's not supposed to be. Some lemon cream cookie from King of Vapes.
Nice.
And I'm also on the Dot AOI, the new one that's just come out, the SE. And on there, I'm on some IVG salts, and it's fresh mango, just for Mr. Otaku down there to enjoy.
Nice.
There we go. So, who we're going to now? Christopher.
Yeah.
Bear with me. Where's Rabbit?
Professional as ever.
Yeah, that's me. Completely professional.
You might get the hang of this.
Well,
You
as
reckon?
always, I'm on my hog with me Valhalla. On that, I have some King's Custard Cinnamon. Oh,
Nice.
yeah, I love it. Next, I'm on my Dove Pow with a new toy, my APOC, 25mm. Only took me 3 years to buy one. On that,
You've got one.
on
You've
that,
got
I'm
one
on
there.
some Sad Boy cookie custard. Well, custard cookie. That is a shortbread and custard. Well, shortbread biscuit and custard. I will get my words out one day. Last but not least, I'm on the dildo, as you lot call it, my overpowered. And on that, I have some Mod King's Juice Twisted Ice Cream, which is, if I remember right, a lime and lime ice cream or something like that. If I remember right, I can't remember.
Probably based on a Twister lolly, innit? So lemon and lime.
So, yeah, better lemon and lime, something like that, if I remember right. Yeah, that's me done for the night.
And Otaku.
Otaku.
So tonight, I'm only on one mod this evening.
Cool.
The Immortal Mod's Atom,
Nice.
which is very nice, very nice. Then up top, I've got the Epoch 25 deck with the Autumn Mega Cap. Juice-wise, King's Screams. This one is called Off the Rails, if it will focus on it. There you go about that. which is a banana and cinnamon cheesecake cream, and it's bloody lovely. That's
That
what I'm on
does
tonight.
sound rather nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Otaku.
And he's got a runner.
And he's done a runner, Josh. Well, good to you. Maybe he's going to pass that toilet again.
I hope you're all well. I've got a random plethora of things tonight. I don't know why. I've just been vaping loads of different stuff this week. So I have been on my resin X-Style with my Mac Life Apocalypse on top, the titanium one, silver deck.
Bloody love that.
I love that idea.
That has in it. So I discovered this the other day. So this company called Baking Tray. And I tried another one, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is Raspberry Victoria Sponge Tray.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
It's really good. Really good. I'm on, as always, my Siege and Apocalypse gear. This never goes. I never go anywhere without this setup. Pretty much, it's my daily setup. So everywhere it goes. So, and that has in it again, same company, Baking Tray, and this has graham cracker marshmallow.
Nice.
Really good. I like that so much. I bought one bottle and I went back to Evo and bought number 4. So, and as it was in the sale, I was like, let's grab them now. Grip made with my again Apocalypse deck and a lantern cap, very similar to Paul's, but the different style cap. And that has in it some own baked cherry bakewell tart. As you can see, I'm all about the cake.
Nice juice. That is nice juice.
This is one of my favourite ones. I love this one.
Yeah.
I've never tried a bakewell tart.
Because we were talking about old mechs last week, I pulled this one out, my dot mod. So my Tiffany blue dot mod Petri and the Petri light RDA on top in pink, because I'm so manly like that, you know.
That airflow's really tight, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what? This feels so. And bottom 5 just feels weird now.
Yeah, I know what you mean with that. Yeah.
And 18650s are a pile of shit.
20 S's. That's what you need.
And that
Some guy called
Sad Boy Unicorn Peers.
Okie dokie. And Jason Statham.
Yeah, sorry, just messing about with my camera there. I've got a few different things. I've got Gripnade with the Resurgence on top with Half Moon Tip as usual. Absolutely love this RDA. Really, really good. Got the Raspberry from the King's Cream from the King's Collection. The Raspberry Cream, which is absolutely banging. Got that in there. And I've also got my Smoke Black Exile with a matching Black Lantern cap. It's a bit of a dead man's trigger, that is. Literally got about 0.5 millimeter of throw. Yeah, that's what have I got in there? Same as what Chris is on. I'm on the Cinnamon King's Cream in that. Cinnamon Custard, sorry, the King's Custard, which is really, really nice. Yeah, really enjoying that. And then I've got this is my daily, this is what I use quite a lot, you know. My Club Omega. In that, I've got some Ultimate Puff Cookie, oatmeal and raisin, which is absolutely banging juice. I mean, it's not one that I'd have gone out and chose myself, but somebody told me to try it. And in fact, they sent me a bottle because they just wanted me to try it so much. So since then, I've not been able to leave the stuff alone. Absolutely love it.
But you will take my juice.
Yeah, no, it's Mike Westwood. It was Mike Westwood that was telling me about it, and he was like, "You got to try it. You got to try it." And I was thinking, yeah, it's not one that I'd purposely go for, if you know what I mean. So he just said, to me, "I'll just take you a bottle of it." All right, tried it, and I was like, "Yeah." And now I go for a bottle a week at least.
Banging.
Oh yeah.
I've got a bottle downstairs. It's so good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Their range, like the ones that I have tried, are all pretty good. Really, I mean the Boston creams. They've got a few different ranges. Like Ultimate Puff cookie, and then there's the custard range, and there's a few different ones, like there's a drink range and stuff like that. But I've only tried the Boston cream from the cookie range and from the custard range, sorry, and this from the cookie range. And yeah, both of them are really good. Boston cream. Boston cream.
I've been through most of their custard range, and it's all really good.
The only thing with the Boston cream is smell the joy, the fat flavouring that they put in it. The joy, I can smell it, and it just puts me off straight away. But it tastes really nice. I can't taste it in it, but it's just I can smell it. But yeah, there's really good juice.
Yeah. Don't do the old, that smells all right kind of thing. Just put it in and go. Yeah, don't drop the soap.
How do you know what the showers in Belmarsh look like, though, mate? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like, I don't know.
Drop the soap.
It does look like he's set up an
experience.
It'll all look good when it's finished. I hope.
So when are you going to finish it then?
It will be the week after next. It'll all be done, and my lighting will be done, and everything will be done. Hopefully, if I get enough time. If not, it'll be the week after that because I've got time off then. So it'll all look good then.
Bye, Chris.
I can't decide what colour to paint it. Oh dear. That wasn't me. I'd just like to say I have not removed him from the stream.
Yeah, it does, Ryan. It absolutely stinks. Once you've smelt it, you can't unsmell it, if you know what I mean. Anytime it's in any juice, it's just there. It's not very pleasant, put it that way.
See, it was like with this one, right? When I read it, obviously it had cinnamon in it. I was like, I kind of like that. And once you smell it, it doesn't really smell like anything, but the taste of it is just incredible.
Yep.
It's just awesome.
Like,
I've got through nearly a full bottle of that already.
I haven't tried any of them from that range that I don't like. I'm honest with you.
No,
I've tried all of them: the Shamrock, the Raspberry, the Lemon, the OG. The only one I haven't tried actually is that OG cheese one.
Yeah,
the one I've got.
I don't know how different it's going to be to the OG custard anyway. They do, because that just tastes like butterscotch custard to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is they're really good. It's good to see a UK company coming out with some decent juice again.
Yeah.
It's a nice, it's a bit of a change because a lot of UK juice is shit.
Well,
I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that.
Some of the UK juice is absolutely, pardon my friend, gash.
Right then, fellas, has anyone got any topics they want to bring up tonight before we jump into a little bit around New Jersey from what we actually know? Or are we just totally winging it?
Yeah, it's classic.
We've all had mental weeks this week, haven't we? So, I believe.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mad week.
To anybody that didn't see, congratulations to Vinny.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, got my
congratulations, mate.
Shook Virginia Bottomley's hand and did my thing across the stage. It took 5 hours for me to get across the stage.
Did you do the crip walk
across
the stage when you're going up to get your walk?
That's him.
The gown sleeves were down here, and the first thing they tell you is be careful when you go up because you don't get your sleeves caught on the handrails going up the stairs. And I was just like this. I don't want to fall. I go across the stage, my face is just red. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was a lovely day. Absolutely lovely day. It was just a long ass day. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it was, mate. I bet it was. But worth it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm just doing it back.
Get it framed and on the wall. Now it's all official. Now I'm a scientist as well as a Bachelor of Arts.
Yeah. Officially.
Crazy.
An NHS wanker.
Yeah, no comment. I think that's the official NHS reply to that. So yeah, what are we going to do? A touch on New Jersey, because obviously they've done this flavour ban, and JA's is crying in his beer and crying everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Bless him, because obviously he's based there, isn't he? So he's tough times.
Yeah,
Tough times.
it's real tough times, yeah.
Is it a full-on? Is it just tobacco and menthol available then? Or is it complete?
Yeah, it seems that way. So the articles I've read says that it's. I've actually got one on my phone right now because I was browsing over it again earlier, and I've just brought it back up. So
Yeah, I'm going to grab my phone actually.
which says that New Jersey lawmakers approved a legislative packing strengthening regulations on e-cigarettes, including a ban on flavored vaping products in a growing campaign to fight tobacco use amongst the young. One measure stiffens penalties for retailers selling tobacco and vaping products to people under 21, while another forbids the use of coupon or discounts to purchase tobacco or vaping products. The sale of vaping liquid that contains nicotine in concentration of more than 2% will also be prohibited. And that includes flavors, basically. So, yeah, looks like tobacco and menthol only.
Mhm.
Sad times for New Jersey. Very sad
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
How many vapors is that going to take back to smoking? Which I think is ultimately the goal with a lot of this. Because obviously the master settlement agreement and everything like that, and getting them dollars rolling in from the tobacco tax and sales. But they're obviously not thinking about the lives it's going to affect. Not only the businesses, it's people's health at risk as well. And
Yeah.
just sad times. Really sad times. It's, yeah. I don't know what it'll do. I don't know whether it'll change when. Well, I don't know how it can change. I don't get American law. I'll be completely honest with you. And what's federal and how a governor can get these things in a state. We needed Rabbit for that, but we'll get Rabbit on next week and he can clarify things for us on that sort of thing, I think. Now, there's one subject I'm dying to talk about, which I don't really think I should talk about, so I'm not going to. Oh, Rabbit's in chat. So I'm not going to talk about it because it might draw in the wrong kind of people. It's an all-out ban on flavors. Jesus Christ.
It's just, yeah, I mean, Rabbit, I know you're in chat, mate. Do we know if you can order online to have it in, or is it that's it? It can't be sent to New Jersey at all. Do we know? I haven't read that far into it, but I mean, it's going to affect obviously loads of shops, lots of livelihoods at stake here. Do you know what I mean?
It's not federal law. I'm sure we'll still be able to fight against it. I suppose, is there any elections coming up for the governors and the governors of the states? Because that could be quite interesting. Right. The thing is, evening, Glenn. Obviously, they're banning all these flavors because of youth. That's the excuse they're using, is the youth vaping. But we're seeing statistically proved that it's not the case, with it correlating with the lack of teens, youth smoking, and things like that. It correlates really, really well. It's quite a clear picture.
Yeah, but it's like they don't care about the figures. All they care about is the tax dollars they're getting from cigarettes. Yeah. So they're going to use the biggest excuse they can think of, which is, oh, our kids are using this. Regardless of if the numbers match what they're saying, people will believe it because it's coming out of a governor's mouth. That's the problem.
Yeah. And I know just Ryan's just commented about them taxing it. I've seen it actually go higher than 85%. I've heard 95% tax. So it's going to be like $50 for a short fill, which is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous.
Crazy.
Taxing people out of buying it. That's all it is.
But how can they do that? I'm not cigarettes. That's what I don't get.
Because as we know, they make too much money off cigarettes anyway. Big Pharma want people smoking because people being ill in America is big money. It's just, it's all the same arguments that we've had since day dot with this all coming out, really. So it's not hard to see, is it? So at all.
No.
Yeah, Robert's definitely hit the nail on the head there about the black market. The black market for e-juice over there is going to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which nasty coils in the house? Evening, nasty coils.
Sorry, I was just off looking for my phone so I could get comment up and stuff because I couldn't remember where I put it.
Yeah, John. Yeah, businesses. Yeah, families, businesses. It's yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Sure.
Is the damage has already been done. I mean, we can all talk about what can be done and what is going to be done, but what about the damage that's already been done to the existing businesses that have closed down, shut up shop, moved to another state, country, whatever, to try and avoid this? I mean, you know, it's just, I don't know. I just think that it's there's so much damage done already that, you know, the writing's on the wall as far as I'm concerned, you know, and with this coming in now in New Jersey, I mean, like I was listening, the camera went off, I was actually listening to what you were saying. If I heard it right, it was like no special deals, so they can't offer a discount or a promotion and stuff like that. It's basically taking all the competition away. That's what that's what doing that does. It's like in the UK when they made it all the tobacco products all have to be the same grey brown packaging. Like, you know, it is to take away the competition where Benson and Hedges, some people preferred them because they had a gold packet when smoking, I don't know, Lambert and Butler got a silver packet, for example. So, you know, it kind of thing that takes the competition away, stops innovation. You know, and a 95% tax, 85% taxes. I mean, come on,
just
man.
mental.
Yeah. The camera makes you look so much smaller than you actually are. Yeah, I know. It's just because
No, that's how small he is.
I've got such a mess. I'm not showing you that in my kitchen. I normally have it down here. I was just rushing to get on, and
is that what the gold envelope's up?
yeah, that's what I'm putting up the envelope. It's actually fallen down about 5 times and sort of like just length against thing, but that's just to stop you all seeing the mess in my kitchen. For that, I'm a single man and I haven't done the dishes.
For how many days?
The first thing is I've got a dishwasher, so I could have just turned it on, but I don't know. I just piled them up on the side instead for some stupid reason. I don't know why. But
it's just when it falls down later and you just see a couple of strippers in his kitchen.
Once I get down to the point where I haven't got any clean teaspoons and stuff left, I'll be like, yeah, time to get the dishwasher on. Yeah. No, I'm not that bad.
I reckon it's definitely
that's when you switch the box for tea.
I don't know, Ryan, really, to be fair. Big Pharma owned vaping. I mean, who owns vaping? I mean, like, you know, it's one of them things. Like, I'm pretty sure that there are some pharmaceutical companies that are involved and have got money involved in vape companies as well now, as well as tobacco companies will have done, that we know that they have. I think that they'd have been stupid to not try and get in it anyway. I don't think as well, really. Andy's trapped in a paddy envelope and Vinny's trapped in prison. Meanwhile, Josh is hiding in the box.
I've got the camera angle for sort of the same reason Andy's got his. It's because I'm in my bedroom. And I don't really want you all seeing my bedroom.
Yeah, it's his bedroom. This is why everybody, you can only see one corner. Our houses is just like a wreck. It's just like a flat off Train Spotting.
I think I'm in the garage.
Yeah, seriously, you take that down. It looks like a scene off Train Spotting behind there.
Yeah, the toilet scene.
Yeah. I've got a single life now anyway. Don't worry about it. It's great. Vaping is grassroots, known by the Vapers. That's why they want to kill it. Yeah, it is. Like vaping, this type of vaping is.
Do they want to kill it or do they want a slice of the pie?
That's my opinion. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I think that, like, I don't know. I'm sort of like playing devil's advocate. Maybe if
the same vaping grow so big. I mean, you're talking nearly $1 billion industry in the States now, aren't you? And they want a slice of the pie. Everyone wants a slice of pie. Big Tobacco want their slice quite clearly because they've been buying into vape companies. And then you've got Big Pharma who started coming sniffing in on the medical side as well, especially here in the UK anyway.
Yeah.
That's the way I see that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Oh, Andy's gone again.
Yeah, my background's falling down.
It's fallen in the envelope, people. It's fine.
Did anyone see? Is there any strippers back there?
I saw flesh.
Oh, I ain't got no page of bags, mate. You know, this ain't 50 Shades of Josh over here, man. I promise you. I've been married 7 years and I've got 2 kids. Come on.
Yeah, let's not go there. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a journey, and I'm glad that journey is over, believe me.
Now you can stop
Great
saying,
to be
I can't
everybody.
afford that, I'm a student. Now it's just, I can't afford that because I'm a tight northerner.
No, I'm buying. I'm not having that. I am not having that.
So, any vaping news, anything interesting from anywhere else around the globe? Anyone?
Oh, do we have Chris back?
No.
Do I ignore him?
When the government tax it as much as they do cigarettes and make the money back, they've obviously lost out on an increase of vaping and decrease in smoking. Vaping will always be at risk. Yeah, I agree there in places, in countries that have private healthcare. You know, the NHS's stance is quite different, really, isn't it?
At the moment.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I just really can't see I just can't see the government going back on what they've said now. Do you know what I mean? That they've stood by what they said, the 95% safe, the Royal College of Physicians. They stuck. Do you know what I mean? They stuck with that. And you know, regardless of all the other stuff that was going on, the propaganda and everything that was going about. And I honestly believe that they will stick to their guns. Well, I hope so anyway. You know, because you know, I just think that it is. I just think
it's just the World Health Organization worries me because obviously they're getting involved and they're bigger than the NHS.
You know, they've not said anything, have they?
They'll come and say that if they want to.
Yeah, but they're getting involved behind the scenes with the TPD 2/3, and their concerns with flavours. Not so much just the youth. They're looking at concentrates and the flavours and how they're affecting health when inhaled, and they're questioning some of the flavours when vaped. Obviously, it's a heating device, and the questioning is some of the flavours within the concentrates and the flavouring could be doing damage.
Right, okay, so they're just investigating that at the moment then. That's what's going on. So they're just doing a study on it at the moment. So you're seeing that.
Well, no, ultimately, it could be a good thing. I'm worried what they'll find, if I'm completely honest.
I'm not.
And if they manipulate them, that's the other concern, because obviously they're now... The World Health Organization got a big kickback off the FDA. They got a big funding grant off the FDA. We're talking millions. And it's just a bit too...
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, for me, I don't know. I mean, how much influence of the World Health, if they need to get a big bump like that off the FDA, how much influence have they got? Really?
Massive. In health terms, massive, especially in the UK.
What, they'd override the Royal College of Physicians and what they've said? You honestly
they could quite easily do.
See, that's
just have to wait and see. That's the thing. None of us have got a clue what's going to happen.
Yeah,
like you said, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. It's definitely worrying, but
yeah,
but it's just speculation. That's the thing.
Craig, this is my outlook on it as well. Is that it's going to be, TPD free and stuff. It is going to be a European directive. So it will be up to our country, up to the British government, whether or not we decide to follow that rule or not. So, it's not like we're in the same position as we were when TPD happened the first time, where we were completely dictated to by Brussels. I mean, we're not in that situation now, or we're kind of halfway out of that situation now. So, I think things will change. And from, it's like we say, there's a lot of other things to consider as well. And that's like the environmental issue with short fills and the amount of waste with the packaging and stuff like that, I mean, like that doesn't really go down with like our country's it's sort of, like the way that we look at the environment and stuff like that, So, there's got to be a bit of a balance there. I think that a lot of the stuff that came through in the original TPD were, how can I say, jerk reaction. Do you know what I mean? They just
knee-jerk reaction. Definitely.
Yeah, it's just like, a lot of them weren't even implemented really anyway. And let's be honest, the only thing, right, these days, there are companies that do have the 10ml bottles, but the only thing that's regulated really in the UK is the nick shots, right?
Yeah.
So, people say we've got tighter regulation. No, we haven't. Well, we have, but we just got a way around it. So that's the only thing that's regulated, really, in any of the stuff that I vape, because I don't buy 10ml bottles. So, it's like, I really can't see, like they said that they were banning the squonk bottles and we were only going to be allowed 2ml squonk bottles. And now you just got them given as a free gift with your mod that you buy. So for me, I don't know. I think that maybe they went along with them rules because they had to, because of being in the EU. Maybe that was the government stance on it. They didn't really have a choice, did they? Because it was a European directive. They didn't have a choice on it. So not a lot of the stuff was enforced. They banned, like in the original TPD, menthol tips were meant to have gone out of circulation by now, but you can go down the shop and buy as many as you want still. So, like I say, a lot of it's not.
I think they're saying May now on that, aren't they?
Yeah. Everyone's worried now, aren't they? Because they think they're going to run out.
Everyone's buying menthol tips and tobacco, because they're doing rolling tobacco as well, aren't they?
Now what?
I didn't even know they're doing that. They're completely banned hand rolling tobacco as well, aren't they?
What, in the UK?
I just thought it was the smaller pouches. So yeah. Or is it just the small ones? Have I got that wrong?
Yeah,
I have that wrong.
Yeah, the smallest amount you can buy, I believe, is 30 grams, rather than it used to be 12.5 by, and then, but that's the least amount you can buy. But now you have companies that didn't even used to do tobacco before selling tobacco, like Lambert and Butler.
Yeah, all the cigarette companies, yeah.
Cigarette companies are doing it now. And it's one of them things that, I don't think they'll ever ban it completely in the UK. I just don't think they'll ever ban smoking completely in the UK. They've said they will by 2030. I know they've said it.
2030, yeah.
I just can't see it happening. I'd
love to see it happen. I would love to see it personally and professionally. I would love to see it happen, but I just can't see how they could learn
it's happening.
Oh, Chris, you're there.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Andy's been talking.
It's enforcing it is one thing, right? But That's exactly right, Alex, mate. That's the way I see it. Is I just don't think our government, if we all really believe that governments are greedy and they want to save or make money based off choices, well, our government, the way for them to save money, which is a way of making money, really, you think about it, because you end up with more at the end of it, is for them to ban smoking and allow vaping to continue. And, and then that way they can, they've still got people that are buying stuff, and do you know what I mean? And the vaping industry doesn't die. But it's the public health implications what I think will be the overriding factor, because we've got, we've got public health care, and that's what it will boil down to. If the NHS gets completely privatised, then that might change. But
as much as that worries me personally, and obviously as a vapor as well, I can't see it happening. There'd be uproar if the Tories tried to privatise the NHS completely. There'd be anarchy, absolute anarchy.
Well, I don't know. They managed to do loads of other stuff, didn't they? Like, they've managed to privatise loads of other stuff over the years whenever they've been in power. British Rail, for example, no longer existed after Margaret Thatcher. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's loads of stuff that all got privatised. So,
The thing is, a lot of people see parts of the NHS as privatised now. There's not. There's parts of the NHS that cost the NHS too much money to run, so they get put out to tender.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of sections of every NHS trust in the country that are now run by private companies. Not just talking about the food. In my area alone, the sexual health clinics and things like that are all run by Virgin Care now, ironically. You got public entities taking over. Yeah, they really are as well. You got community care getting taken over by public entities. We've got them in this area where I am as well. And it's a way of the NHS trying to save a bit of money, but it's also the private companies getting a foothold. But I had a massive heated discussion about this with a colleague the other day, and they couldn't see that it had been privatised to an extent already, when quite clearly it has been. But it's in a way of saving the NHS money, which unfortunately at the minute we have to do. Anyway, let me get off the NHS. I'll get bollocks if not.
I'll get you started on the workers.
Not paid enough. Simple as. Next question. Let's move on quickly.
Wasn't a question.
Well, I mean,
No,
I was just going to say.
What is that?
What's what?
Chris, is that you?
I can hear it, but it can't be me.
You're bugging one out, aren't you?
My microphone.
That's one hell of an angry wank.
Oh dear.
God knows what that was.
Yeah,
you do.
As well, but oh well.
See, I thought it was my end. That's why I went for the headphones this week. But obviously, it's not just that. Evening, Nick Bradley Sutton.
Samuel Adams says, "Oh, buy a tackle."
Yeah.
By Andy.
And Andy,
Network's dropping out.
are they on? I wonder if they're both on Virgin Internet, because mine crapped out on me not long ago.
Yeah, I think they are, mate.
Yeah,
Taku definitely is.
Yeah, their internet
Yeah,
crapped
they're
out.
both gone. Ooh!
Virgin's a big kind of wank.
The three trolls.
Best looking three of the group, I think. That's better. It gets us a bit in the distance.
Yeah, I might start doing my segment from underneath a bridge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, Andy's back. Oh, and the Taku's back. They weren't out as long as you, Chris, anyway.
Yeah, mine completely crapped out.
No, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I just got it. Just.
Are you on Virgin Internet?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm on BT, but I don't know what happened. It just suddenly just disconnected from the internet. computer. So
Yeah. Happened to me, completely crapped out on me.
Alex Baines, I have no idea what's going to happen with dentists. I'm not a dentist.
Just having a read through the comments here. So, anybody watch the Vaping Postman's review of?
This is the.
This is what you wanted to talk about.
Well, I haven't seen it.
This was what I was talking
Well, I haven't
about.
seen it, so I was just wondering if it's.
I watched it all live. I watched it all live.
Mate,
I didn't see it.
just go watch it, Andy.
I have really.
It's quite savage, but
Now,
I
if
think
I'm
in
honest
a way
with you, I did start watching it, but after about 3 minutes, I got really bored really quickly and decided to go and watch grass grow instead. I'll be honest with you. I'm not being funny, right? I'm not being funny, but that whole spiel at the beginning, how long did that go on for before he even started talking about the RDA? It's like, look, mate, what is this, fucking Dallas or what? Do you know what I mean? Just get on with the fucking review. I mean, like, I don't know what's going on these days with reviewers and that. I couldn't give a shit whether he gets on with Vic or not. I couldn't really give a toss, like, do you know what I mean? I really do think this kind of stuff, like, I brought it up as a joke, like, you know, but come on. Literally, like, that makes me want to turn it off. Like, stuff like that. I mean, you know, it's just...
Oh, Vape Underground, I can't believe you're asking that question. How do I deal with that? Me and Vic had issues just over a year ago. Vic wasn't very nice to me, but as far as I'm concerned, he was just saying what he thought, really, I suppose. He went a little bit far with some of the insults, but I don't hold grudges. I don't hold a grudge against anyone. It's not how I work. As far as I'm aware, me and Vic don't have an issue whatsoever. If it weren't for Vic, I want to be a reviewer, if I'm completely honest, because I used to watch Vic all the time, and that's where I got the idea of starting reviewing. So I said,
so shit.
Oh Jesus! Yeah.
No, I'm not anti any reviewer really. I don't discriminate. I just don't really like reviewers that talk more about themselves than they do about the products. Like that for me, just you know, it's like a giant smoke blowing up somebody's ass thing. Like that's just all it seems like to me. Like a lot of it is.
Hey mate, doing the angry wank. You saw for Jason or Josh?
Not me.
Is it coming from my mic?
I don't know where it got. It was there last week as well.
No, right. So
Andy, where's your
Wait,
phone?
definitely can't be me then. Probably you.
I wonder if it's my phone. It's right next to my laptop.
That'll probably be why.
I'll just put that in my pocket.
Yeah, no, my phone's like up here. My computer's underneath the desk. So
Yeah, mine's up here.
I'm using my phone.
My phone's there.
It might well be me. But yeah, I've got no
Alex says we need the government are watching again.
Yeah, I'm just changing the tape over.
Vin is the one having the angry wanks. Well, he is in the public bogs.
Oh,
Hey, you know what George Michael got done for?
It'd be Vinny next.
I wasn't going to you know.
Would you be releasing a song, Vinny, by any chance?
yeah, Vape Underground. That's exactly as I see it, mate. I don't like any you know what I mean. Reviewers. I don't discriminate. I just dislike most of them. Like Vinny's basically
most of them there.
Yeah, like, Vinny's the only one. That's only because he's my mate. Otherwise, I wouldn't like him probably either. Now, I'm only joking. All it is, like, is when you want to know about the product, I do not want to have to sit there and skip through while they're waiting. Oh, I'm not doing this until I've got 500 people in the live. I'm not doing this until this. I'm not doing this until this. And they want people to pay £5 so they can reply quicker and stuff like that. Fuck off. That bullshit.
Stuff like that I don't like.
just fuck off with that shit. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just bollocks. You know, it's just
it's very pathetic.
Overinflated egos, you know, and people blowing smoke up each other's asses is all I see a lot of, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Or if they've got an issue with someone, right, they'll review a product of theirs, and whether it's good or not, they'll say that it's fucking shit.
Just slag it
so,
off.
do you know what I mean? It's just one of these things. Like, how can you trust, like, you know, Vaping Postman doesn't get on with Vic anymore. So, of course, you know, like, for me, it's just a biased review. If you want to be objective, you don't review somebody's product that you don't like, or do you know what I mean, that you're going to find an issue with. You try and stay, do you know what I mean? You've got to try and stay objective, otherwise people just think you're a fucking tosser. I mean, you know, that's the way that I see it.
Spot on.
I'm waiting for it to appear.
And that was Andy's little rant.
I really am. I am waiting for him to appear.
I'll tell you what, actually, what's that other Scottish guy's name that does the reviews? It Todd does the Todd's e-cig reviews. I find him all right. He's really, like, not offensive at all at anything. He just, you know, he laughs at himself more than anything, and he just tells you about the product, and that's it. There's no drama, no bullshit, none of that crap.
That's what I do. I laugh at myself all the time.
Mate, that's what I'm saying, and that's how it should be.
Get the product out.
Yeah, Vic's channel has been shut down for a week, if nobody didn't know, because he'd had some reviews reported.
I wonder who reported it.
Yeah.
Vinny, come on.
Well.
You didn't get your bots to do it, did you?
Oh, piss off,
that is
Andy.
bad, though. People just reporting people just for the sake of it's just pathetic. I mean, you know, that is pathetic, and, you know, I feel for, you know, anybody that happens to. I mean, you know, it's just childish, and it's probably just one of his, probably not even one of his rival reviewers. It's probably one of his rival reviewers' bumlicker friends or something like that that's gone and done it without the other reviewer even knowing. And this is how shit starts, and it's just all just childish. You know, I prefer a review to just be about the product and not about all the politics of vaping and stuff, or, you know,
exactly,
whatever. And none of that stuff. Blind bit of difference to the product at the end of the day.
Oh, there you go, Andy. Yeah, Alex has brought up your favourite reviewer ever.
My J Hayes has changed now. You have to be a picture on to be able to buy some of his products now.
Patreon, not picture. You have to be a Patreon to be able to buy his products now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when he did the General RDA and stuff like that, and the one he did before that as well, yeah, it was limited runs, and you couldn't get one unless you were a Patreon and stuff like that. You know.
Well, he said that, but there's people out there that have got them that aren't patrons. So, do you know what I mean? He did an actual live about it, about how he gave one away to some random guy or something. So, I don't know. Like, look,
I'm not slapping the products off because I've not tried them. The Jenner's actually supposed to be really bloody good, but
bloody expensive. I know.
Magumba saying, that they didn't get reported is because they've got links. So you might want to go edit in some of your video descriptions, mate. Before it happens. There's a preemptive.
No, if it happens, it'll give me a break, because I'm not exactly banging the reviews out at the minute, am I?
No, I suppose not. But yeah, no, anything like that. Just like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. But yeah, like, as far as there is, the world's full of snowflakes. It gets on my nerves. It really does.
I hate that word. I hate that word.
What, snowflake? Yeah, it's because one of them words that people just chuck about when they want to, do you know what I mean? When someone's got an opinion that they don't agree with, or do you know what I mean? Something like that. But there are loads of snowflakes out there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and, you know, at the end of the day, everyone's entitled to an opinion, but it's when people ram it down other people's throats that it's not really, do you know what I mean? That's when it starts becoming an issue. I mean, look, I've said it before about Jay Hayes. You know, he did a video, but like,
we'll get him on again.
at the end of August saying, you know, fuck advocacy, nobody cares, and then a week later or whatever, however long it was, they suddenly was putting up videos saying about how, you know, look what's happening, and you know, just shows how quickly things can change, and that maybe if people weren't so complacent in the first place, that, you know, if it's brown snow you want to watch out for, Sam. But yeah, it's like it's one of these things. Like I say, I haven't got anything against Jay Hayes. I mean, I actually do find him quite funny. You know, I
enjoy watching his reviews.
Yeah, he's entertaining, right? You know, he's entertaining. He don't care what he says or who he upsets. You know, and it's a lot of it is just.
He's one I would probably trust if I was watching a review, because he speaks very honestly, and you can see that.
Yeah, I mean, he does and he doesn't. I mean, like, he'll be like with Vicious Ant. They were the best high-end brand in this, that, the other. They were the best bollocks. And the minute they dropped him or he left them or whatever, Vicious Ant have lost their way. Their products are nowhere near as good as what they used to be, and all this. And it's like, hang on a minute. Last week you were telling us that they were the best ever because they were making a mod for you. But like, this is what I'm saying. It's not his actual opinion, right? Sam, you're just wrong.
So when they start having sweet corn in them, I'll get a bit worried.
Oh man.
Well,
why?
The way I say it, mate, is opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got them, and most of them stink. And it is very true. But you've got to look at things, and like, if I'm honest with you, I would never ever watch a Jay Hayes review to decide whether I'm going to buy a product or not.
No, probably just buy it.
You know, like, because he doesn't vape the same sort of style as what I really go for anyway. He's not really a mech user and stuff.
That's not me. My phone's right up there.
Paul, it's Paul.
Paul's knocking one off quick.
I mean, the only but yeah, I just think that if reviewers just stuck to reviewing, right, then it'd just be a lot better. That's all.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of the conflict comes within the vaping community. Something gets said on a review, and then you get in companies sending cease and desist letters and this and that and the other, and it's just all just drama, and it's just all just stupid and no need for it.
Yeah, that's why I don't sort of go with the in crowd. I just do my thing. I'll talk to some of the other reviewers. As you see, there's a few of them in the chat. I just, yeah. I don't want to mix with that shit. No.
I mean, you know, sometimes the only reason I watch a review is just to see what something actually looks like and stuff like that. Because even whether someone says it's good or not, they might like it and I might not. It's just, it's one of them things that you just got to, you know, if you want a product or whatever and you want to, you know, I get that some people, look, for coiling and wicking and stuff like that. You know, it's, you know, you can get loads of different stuff from different reviewers. That's really the point of it. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, that's just Jay's kind of style, though.
Jay doesn't class himself as an out-and-out reviewer. He's always been about entertainment side of it. He's never hid that fact, and he never shies away from that fact. And that's why I like watching him. Fill the entertainment. Simple as, really.
Yeah. You know, a lot of it's just clickbait and stuff like that, just to get people watching and all that kind of stuff, you know, and that's what they do. And, you know, this whole thing, you've got to be a patron to get an RDA that he's designed and stuff like this. So people are paying to get the chance to pay for something anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's
makes no sense.
At the end of the day, it's a money-making scheme at the end of the day. Exactly that, Ryan. It's all subjective. My honest opinion, though, if you really want to know what a product's like, buy it. Find out.
Buy it.
The way you're ever going to know. Do you know what I mean? Is whether you personally like it is to buy it and find out, because people are biased by nature. It's human nature, I think. Do you know what I mean? That people be biased against one company for certain reasons, or certain people for certain reasons. Do you know what I mean? It's just the way that it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, Nick. That's what I do. I just try and do it, and I a lot of the time I just skip through all the bullshit, and like I'll just skim through until I get to the bit where I actually see it, like with the actual product, and they're actually starting to use it and stuff like that, and then I start watching.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want to know something decent, ask someone that's got one, or
yeah.
if you know someone that's got one, try it, see if you like it. If you don't, then
The thing is, Montgomery, they all want to make money to a certain degree. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody wants to, like Vic, all of them. I think that's the idea in the end is, they want to be designing hardware and this and that and the other. And I think that's what they sort of see the reviewing as a stepping stone to maybe doing that. Because I mean, Jesus Christ. I think Vinny's the only reviewer I know that hasn't done a collaboration like with anybody yet. Like, well, yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of stuff out there, and I don't even know how much input do they even have in
Yeah, that's one of the things that came up in the TVP review, because obviously Vic didn't have seemingly an awful lot of control on the QC side, and Vic had nothing to do with the outside design of the RDA either. That was all done by EH Pro. So
shouldn't have put his name on it then, should he? If he did, do you know what I mean? Like, see, this is the thing. Once you put your name on something, you are then endorsing that product. You are endorsing that product, and you are saying at the same time as well that you're endorsing that company, because otherwise, why would you be working with them? It's all very well and good saying, "Oh, well, I didn't have any control over this, and I don't have any control over that, and whatever." He had control when he decided to go into the agreement. This is what, do you know what I mean? And to put his name on the product or whatever. So at some point he had control because he could have said, "No, I don't want to do it." But he decided to do it, and I think that it's just one of them things. You've got to take the rough with the smooth. If you put yourself out there, you've got to be prepared to take a few shots, unfortunately. That's what happens. So, it's just one of the things. I haven't used the Kelpie or whatever it's called. Used it. It's not a product that I'd even really go and buy. So, it's like, it's not the sort of thing that
at the end of the day, right? Vic's released an RDA. He had input. I think he's willingly admitted on the clamp system that's on it. It's a £25 RDA. In my opinion, it may have been rushed out to get out before Chinese New Year. There's machining marks inside the cap. Not really a big deal inside the cap for me, personally.
That's what I mean. You're talking about a £25 RDA. I mean, like, what are people expecting?
What's he expecting?
This is what I'm saying. Like, if people have got to look at stuff in the range that is, do you know what I mean? In the price range, that's what you compare it to. You can't get a £20 RDA and compare it to an £80 one and say it's shit because it's not as good as the £80 one, because one costs 4 times the amount of the others. It's like 22 if you shop around. I mean, look, at the end of the day, that is dirt cheap. I mean, like if you break that down, you take the VAT off, the fact that they've been imported from China and have VAT, shipping, all of that stuff on them. Them RDAs probably cost less than £5 a unit, I'd say. Do you know what I mean? Like, buy it, otherwise they wouldn't. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like. So what are people expecting? For that kind of.
That's my point. That's
why I won't go and say, look, it's shit, because for that range of stuff, it might be good. What else is there comparable to it in that sort of price range?
Yeah, I never badly Vapor, and that's about it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's the bottom end. Do you know what I mean? It's an entry level kind of RDA, is the way I see it.
Yeah.
Those are a poorly machine and Vape's amazing. You paid 25 quid. You expect piss poor quality, yeah. I mean,
get what you pay for in most situations. So
like all
that's
of
why
all of the original Death Traps had real bad machine marks on the deck.
Oh yeah, they did. The deck was awful.
Yeah, they were really bad. But it didn't make any difference to how good the RDA was. You know, his budget and folks.
I know it's only £5 a pop.
Vape and Vandy Vape and refused them. Yeah, I mean, you know, like to be fair, I think that Geek Vape and Vandy Vape for me are in that kind of bracket anyway. Like that's the sort of bracket that I'd put all of that kind of entry level stuff in. I mean, you know, okay. I mean, what I don't even know really actually anymore these days because I haven't looked at any Vandy Vape stuff for a long time, so I wouldn't really know. But what's the latest Vandy Vape RDA or whatever that's been out?
No idea.
Oh god, the last one was bloody awful. It was that pyramid deck.
Yeah,
it squonked over the top of it. I think that was the last
one. How much was that? Because all I know is I had the Pulse and the Kylin V2, and they were about 20 something quid, right? So this is why I'm saying it's the same sort of. Do you know what I mean? Price bracket.
It's made to a price point to sell.
I mean, I'm not saying
everyone can afford it. This
you
know, not everyone can go and buy an £80 RDA.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
What I'm saying it's like, you know, you've got a. Like Rabbit says, he likes it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. What I'm saying is, though, is people have got to judge it against stuff of equal value, quality. Do you know what I mean? They've got to, you know, it's like that's like comparing a pair of Woolworths bloody
It's like trying to compare a Robin Reliant to a Ferrari.
Air Jordans. Geek and Vandy's price has slowly been increasing, though. Yeah, I mean, with some stuff, I suppose they will. I mean, like Geek Vape, I think I've only ever owned one product of theirs. That was the Tsunami 22mm. It's like a little it was quite good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What actually?
Yeah, the Bonza V1 was 30 quid new, and the Bonza Met kit was only 60. So, you know, 30 quid new. You know, most places you can get a 10 or 20% discount code anyway.
The thing is, I had 2 Bonzas, which I think Chris has now got, which I just gave to him for postage, I think, in the end. And I just thought I didn't mind the Bonza. I quite liked it as an RDA. I thought it was quite decent. I thought the air.
I like the Bonza RDA.
You know, it was fairly simple to build on. You could put some really big coils in it, and I think I bought a second one because I wanted a stainless one, and I think I got it for under 20 quid.
Yeah.
I mean, the mech was
about as
conductive as this plastic bottle. I mean, you know, but what do you expect for that money? The RDA That's what I'm saying. When people say, "Oh, that doesn't hit very hard," and it's like, well, what did you think with Russell Brand? It's you know, what do people expect? There's a lot of people out there that have got champagne taste and lemonade money. Do you know what I mean? They want to pay 20 quid for something. They want it to be as good as the thing. No, we've been through this, Vincent. You're just a northerner. It's just typical. The closer you get to Scotland, the tighter you get, and that's just the way of the world.
Andy doesn't talk shit.
Yeah,
not on here.
Fuck me. That's the first person I've ever heard say that. Oh, Jesus. The real Russell Brand, yeah. Nick Bradley Sutton tasted the rainbow.
There you go. I have a problem with rainbow. Fuck me, that's hideous.
Yeah, I hate rainbow.
I can't stand it. Rainbow. I know. Again,
I like rainbow.
You would.
Oh yeah.
Weirdo.
Yeah, I ain't into the heat treated, acid treated.
Yeah, no, I am.
No. I'm not. The only ones that I like is the anodized, sort of the titanium RDAs that have been messed about with a little bit, like the USA one. Yeah, that's just
rainbow, is it?
Christ, there's so much choice.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
On that. There was not a lot of stuff out there back then. Like I remember years ago, like if you wanted an RDA, literally you either had to buy a clone or you were paying like 100 plus. Do you know what I mean for it? And it was even you poor quality RDA. You know, like things like the plume veil and stuff like that. The original, like the amount of money they cost for what they were was just shocking. But yeah, with rebuildables, there's a lot more choice. With all the pods come out, there's a hell of a lot more choice there for starter kits. I mean, really, a starter kit used to cost you around about 40, 50 quid. You know, now you can go and buy a pod system that you don't even have to buy any batteries or anything like that for it, and you've got everything there for like 20 quid.
What's that?
Huh?
Who just burped?
Not me, mate. See the bloke in the store next to you?
Me.
Oi!
Don't look at me.
I'm
I'm not drinking any beer anymore.
No. Top no.
Yeah.
He just had a sip of Coke and drained a 3-litre bottle.
My body is
Go on.
He likes living on the edge, being diabetic and all.
Oh, dear.
Mate.
His middle name is Danger.
So with this coming in New Jersey, this is there any other states that are going to be following suit? Is there any talk of that? Is there?
Not that I've seen.
Well, New York tried, didn't they? And it didn't go through, or there was some the judge in some court or other said that they couldn't do it because of the Trump thing going on and something else. But New York tried to do it, but it basically got kicked out or stopped somehow.
So the companies like Bad Drip shut up shop and moved out of New York did that for no reason then?
Pretty much.
At the moment, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is what I was saying earlier on about the damage that's already been done. You know, like I know Liquid Sky doesn't exist anymore. You know, the company's gone.
That's
Do you know what I mean? It's nuts. You know, but I think that a lot of these companies, they're seeing this as just the start, and they're probably thinking, I'm going to get out now while I can and get a bit of money and start doing something else. Yeah. Which I don't blame people for doing, because they got to feed their kids. Yeah, maybe. I just think that it's just where all this other stuff as well. I think the reason it's gone quiet is because I think the American government's a bit preoccupied with this whole Iran kind of
impeachment.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and the impeachment and all the other stuff. And there's a lot of other
It's
stuff.
not going to get impeached.
So, but while they're on that, they're leaving us alone. So, you know, like, if they're picking on someone else, they're leaving vaping alone, which can only be a good thing. Rhode Island, I think, is ready to vote, already banned. Yeah, you're right. Indeed, Rhode Island have got a ban already in because my friend Chris Spampanato lives there, and he can no longer get anything shipped to Rhode Island.
Can't even ship it in. Jesus.
No companies will ship to states where the bans are in effect anymore. So, you know, because it's illegal there. Yeah, it seems to be that way. But New York, like we say, which is, you know, that's on the East Coast, well, they managed to get around it. Rhode Island, that ban's already been in for quite a while now, a month at least that I know of. The Rhode Island one. But for some reason that didn't get as much publicity as the others. Maybe it's because, you know, like
a smaller place.
But what happens when a new senator gets voted in? And if a new senator is pro-vaping, can they then overturn it?
Well, I'm not really sure. It depends. Yeah. I suppose. If it's something that's been voted on, then I suppose not. Like,
have another vote.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, that's when democracy kind of starts falling apart, and it is when, you know, people vote for something and somebody else comes in and says, no, let's vote for it again. And then, you know, where does it stop? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you can get back to the Brexit thing. There was a referendum like 40 years ago, and everybody voted to get in. So what about their right to? Do you know what I mean? What about their democratic opinion? You know, like that seems.
Don't get on Brexit.
No, but I'm just saying, it's like, you know, things get voted on, and then they get voted on again 30 years later, and then they might get voted on again. But like, where does it stop? That just means that nothing's secure, really. If you know what I mean.
Ryan, I've no idea about DIY supplies. I suppose that will be the future over there, maybe, because it is just food flavorings at the end of the day. But yeah,
I ship. You know, I've got a friend there, and I send him stuff to Rhode Island, so, and it gets through to him. So
I read about that.
The Vet in UJ Norway lifted their tight restrictions and went with TPD.
Yeah, they took up TPD.
No, Norway.
Yeah.
Right then, boys and girls, I'm going to have to leave for the evening now. So, just want to say thank everybody for joining, and I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
see you. Cheers, bro.
See you later, mate. So, any new products or anything exciting coming out? Anybody wants to talk about anything coming up? London Vape Expo, that's coming up soon. Who's going?
It is. Anyone going?
I'm not going.
No.
I'm not going, unfortunately. I cannot go at this point in time. I've got too much going on in my life, so I can't.
I have a ticket.
I have 4.
Whether I actually, I've got the press pass, but I don't know if I'm going to go. It's just a very awkward time for me personally. I've got a lot of birthdays around that time and things like that, and it's a bit of a trek from me up north.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a choice of going to the London one, which would be easier for me because I've got family there. But really, I want to go to the May one. So that's what
we'll go to Birmingham. So
yeah, exactly. You know, it's one of them things. I can't get. I can't go to both, so I've got to choose one, and I've decided the May one's the one that I'm going to go to definitely.
Yeah.
So.
I've looked at the floor plan. There seems to be quite a lack of big companies as well for the London one. There's a lot of juice companies. There's a hell of a lot of juice companies.
You think about it, I mean, like, it's going to be a bit of a... It's not going to be like the Birmingham one, I don't think, just because of it's actually in central London. It's, you know, it's at the, you know, is it Earls Court, Olympia? It's, you know, like... You know, if you're going to go there and try and stay in a hotel or something there, that's going to cost you a lot of money, especially in that area, Olympia, Earls Court, Kensington, anywhere. If you stay anywhere around there, that's going to cost you a fortune, you know. And also, you've got the congestion fees and stuff like that, and all the other crap that goes with it. London's an expensive city. So, you know, I'm not surprised, really, that there's a lack of vendors. It's not like the Manchester one. That was a bit lame from what I got told, you know.
I went to the Manchester one. It was actually a really good vibe there. It was a really good vibe. It just...
That's probably what made it lame if you were there.
Shots fired.
No, I just I spoke to a few vendors that did the show, the Manchester one, and they were like, "Yeah, we sold 5 RDAs on the Saturday and 2 mods on the Sunday." And you know, you look at the amount of money they're paying. Go on, mate.
The 2 at the NEC are so established. I was going to say the 2 at the NEC each year are both so established. You know, people go to them. The big vendors go to them because they know they're going to be busy. So, you know, why would a company from America go, well, we'll go to London in February, and then we'll go to Birmingham in May, and then we'll go... There's one in Glasgow as well there this year, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a CBD one, isn't it, I think, in Glasgow?
Them smaller ones, I think they're going to be mainly juice companies, new companies that are coming through, people that are trying to get their name out there, you know. I think that's what it's going to be. But I just think that the Birmingham ones are the main ones. I mean,
Has anyone ever been to Vape Jam?
No,
I've never been
yeah.
to Vape Jam. Obviously,
I've
that's
never
London
been to Vape Jam either. I've heard it's good though.
I was going to go and I stopped doing it.
I've only ever been to the Birmingham ones. Mostly because they are stupidly easy for me to get there.
Yeah, because you're
No
from
hotel
Birmingham.
costs, nothing. Well, I'm outside of Birmingham. I ain't a village idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no comment.
Nah.
We'll
But
just
yeah,
leave that
No, I
hanging
ain't a
there,
winner.
Chris.
I mean, for me, the Birmingham one it's as much for me about a social sort of thing as it is about the vaping thing. It's where we all go, we all meet up, we have a laugh, we have the, do you know what I mean? We all go out and have a crack, and that for me is what it's more about than
Just don't get ill this time, Andy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always ill to a certain extent. I think. So I'll try not to be spewing my guts up.
It's ready for the scrap heap.
No, I was
You
all
were
right. I
missed.
just went back
You
to
were
the
missed the
hotel and
last one, my
I
friend.
took my meds. I went to sleep for 20 minutes and I woke up and I was fine. Literally, I was like, no, I just need to sleep for
Yeah.
20 minutes and just went.
Yeah,
I was like, right,
I remember walking you back.
I know that was a nightmare, mate. Oh my god.
Hopefully, this May one, I'll break your brakes this time on your wheelchair.
Just don't touch his wheelchair, Chris. Just don't touch it at all.
Hey, he was the one that put the gauntlet down that I couldn't move it with the brakes on. I proved him wrong.
Well, no, don't move it with the brakes on. Not that you couldn't. It was kind of like you shouldn't. I think you misunderstood what I was saying. Like,
It's Chris. You have to talk.
No, your words
really
were you can't
slowly
move.
And clearly to him.
Yeah, I think if you break his wheelchair again, that OP will be going up the AH, mate. Let's put it that way.
Try.
You don't.
Well, yeah, I mean, the funniest thing though is, like I say, though, because in the wheelchair.
No, that won't be. I won't bring that one
I
with
just
me
hope
this time.
I just hope we get
No, but
get
you're right.
that sweet again, because that was awesome. That was.
You
Was
go
it
crazy.
Janis Joplin suite, yeah, it was just great.
That was good again.
They had like them little covers on top of the glasses, so no dust got in them and that. You could tell as soon as you went in there. But it was
You got upgraded to a suite, didn't you? And I got guest of the day, so I got like free breakfast, free everything. I was like, yeah. We had a good episode.
it was great. I mean, you know, and that's what
Yeah,
I mean.
Ryan.
If you give me the choice, hopefully by the May one I'll be driving because I've got my DVLA
Well,
in a week. So
That's me handing my
I'll be
license
there
in.
100%. So
hopefully
hotel's
it
booked.
should be on the road, and then I'll be going to more. Hire a scooter, that's what Vic done. Apparently daily rental isn't too bad. No, that's right. I can actually walk. I use the wheelchair when I have to, if that makes sense. I can walk about with a stick and stuff like that, but it's carrying my luggage on the trains and stuff like that I can't do and getting between the connections and stuff. So, you know, if I went in a car, I probably wouldn't need to use the wheelchair as much anyway. But it's the 6-hour train journey with all my stuff. And
Yeah.
that's the reason for it, is that I can't do it. I think it's about 20, it's about 10 or 20 quid or something to hire one of the mobility scooters for the day.
I was going to say, Andy, if you can get the train to Bristol, mate, I could probably get my my lift up to maybe swing in and pick you up. So
Yeah, we'll sort something out, mate. I mean, hopefully by then I'll be driving, so it'll
See you later, Vape Underground.
Yeah, see you later, Vaping Underground. But yeah, hopefully I'll be driving, so expos and stuff won't be an issue for me anymore, and I'll be able to go to as many as I like. That's basically what the issue is. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, it's carrying the suitcases and stuff. Well, it is, I can't make the connections. Like when I get to, like, I don't know, Reading or wherever, I've got to go from one side of the huge station to the other in 10 minutes with my luggage, and I just can't do it. So, you know, if I'm in the wheelchair, then I can. It's yeah, see, that's the thing. When you're there for 3 days, that's 60 quid on top of the 80 quid train fare, on top of the 100 quid train fare, so your room and everything like that, and it's all just extra money. So it's one of those things, because like when I go there, I go for the whole thing, not just the 1 day.
Well, I take you quid a train ticket, I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, you know, because of how far away it is from me. If they start doing them in West Wales, you know,
I can't see that happening.
No.
Really.
Oh, there was
It's
one
the same-
rumoured in Liverpool, wasn't there? But that never happened, did it?
Yeah, I think they were talking about doing one in Liverpool, and if I'm honest, I think
It's everything with it.
Cardiff might be a good place to have one. Really, if you think
Yeah.
you know, it's not that much. I don't think you have to pay on the Severn Bridge anymore.
No, you don't.
I'm not
No
going
cheeks
all
need
the
be
way to
clapping if you
Chuffing
want a
Cardiff.
ticket, Alex. Alex, if you want a ticket to the London Expo, just hit me up in the PMs and I'll send you one out.
Slide
I'll
into
give you the code
DMs,
too.
mate. It'll hook you
No,
up.
I've got 4K tickets if anybody wants one.
So I've got
There you
4
go.
of them. They're not going to be used. Anyone want them, just drop a message into the LXV email and we'll all sort you out with what we've got.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Tracy. It's a nightmare, but you know, I try and go to as many as I can because I have such a good time.
It's the social side. It's more about everybody meeting up together, and we do things in the evenings, and we, you know, chat all
That's
along.
what I like about the Birmingham Expo.
In person, do we? So you know, we chat like this, and we chat in our chats and stuff like that. But it's nice to actually meet up in person and see each other and fucking have a hug and this lot. Do you know what I mean? It's
all just
much better.
It's as much about the sort of brotherhood type aspect of vaping as it is the products themselves, if you know what I mean. It's more of a social thing, and it's like, you know, if I go to the London one, then I'll miss out because I won't be able to go to the May one. So yeah.
Well, like I said, I've already got a hotel booked for me and Paul. I've got double beds this time instead of singles.
Is that just one double bed?
No, 2 doubles.
So he says.
Quite nice. Because I stay at the same hotel every time, I kind of get points for it and stuff. So if I keep going one time, I'll just get it for free, which will be awesome.
No,
No,
Right then, fellas.
I'll say the Birmingham one's the main one that I prefer. Just because everyone goes there, we have a good time, good laugh. I get to meet some of the vendors. And you're like, oh, it's just social.
Yeah.
See, appreciate.
Says Joe, walking around with your hat.
Sam wants us all to have a circle jerk or something here, I think. We as Vapers, we shared a journey as Vapers. We quit the Stinkies and all helped out each other, meeting up in a big venue just adds to the brotherhood there already is. That's all real like, nice and kumbaya type. You know, he's a sweet boy, isn't you, Sam? I just give it Sam Shakespeare, Russell Brand.
Yeah, Hall of Vaping Stuttgart's what I'd love to do, but it's the travel involved.
Family in London, so I could, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even need a hotel or anything, but then that takes away the whole part of the fun of it for me because I wouldn't be doing the stuff in the evenings and that, like, you know. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. May 1, I'm going to book it, sort it out, but it's just getting someone to look after the dogs. That's my only issue.
First weekend in May, if anyone's wondering when it is.
And if you come and you see any of us, just leave it alone, yeah?
Right then, fellas, I think we're going to wrap it up for the night.
Yeah.
No final thoughts, because I can't be bothered to pick anyone, and nobody's probably got anything prepared. So I'll just thank you all for tuning in again and putting up with us talking bollocks. And thank you all.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Bye.
See how much I can cut.